Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I want to present you guys with a video where I come at you completely straight up, no character gimmicks, none of that stuff, no acting. This is strictly straight up and strictly professional. Well, I'm going to try to be professional here in this video because what I present you guys with is another one of those kind of videos where I really don't want to make it, but the thing is that this is something that has to be done strictly out of principle, and also this is something that I've been keeping bottled up for quite some time, and it's time here and now that I let it all out. Now, I know that this isn't the kind of content that a lot of you don't like to see, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. So, for all intents and purposes, if this happens to be one of the fewer videos that you guys have seen on the channel, or if this is your first time ever seeing a video of mine, and this happens to be the first ever video, I strongly encourage you to not subscribe here, but I will ask you to share this video for the intent and purpose of the fact that this message has to be said, and basically the message is, it's time to stop. And what is it time to stop, you might ask? I'm talking about none other than the Pauls, that being Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Now, I know that everybody and their mother is talking about these guys, so it may come off as cliche that I'm just another one of them faces that is talking about the Paul brothers, but see, no. I'm not talking about them for the sake of just talking about them. I'm talking about them for the sake of the fact that it's like, listen, what they have done has not only pissed me off, but it's pissed off millions and millions of people, and basically what I'm trying to say, like I said, is it's time to stop, and it's about time that YouTube has actually started to take some considerable action against the Paul brothers, and let's go ahead and let's start out with Logan Paul. Now, to give you guys a little bit of context here, for those of you guys that somehow haven't heard about the controversy that took place at the very start of this year, basically Logan Paul decided it was a great idea, a grand slam idea, to go to a place where it is known for suicide, such as the Suicide Force in Japan, and do a vlog there and make jokes as soon as they find a dead body. That right there, I gotta say, that's gotta be one of the worst ideas in the long, sad history of bad ideas, and fortunately for us, we're here to see the backlash. And I say fortunately because hopefully for all those Jake Paulers and Logan Paulers out there that actually have a couple of functional brain cells in their head, they're actually seeing, it's like, whoa, wait a second, this actually is bad. Maybe I shouldn't be looking up to these guys. In fact, you actually have your own fans making response videos, and some of them even crying on camera, which it's like, you know what? It's like, how could you do that? Like, how dare you? It's like, that right there is just, it's beyond insensitive. That in of itself, making a kid cry. But no, it's like you had to pull 2018 off with a bang there, didn't you? And you thought that was a good idea. Well, yeah, look where it got you now. The thing is that I have a 14-year-old special needs sister that watches YouTube quite frequently. And here's the thing, is that what if she was to come across a video like that there, Logan Paul, you know, she more than likely would have been traumatized as fuck. And you want to know something, man, is that had that have actually happened, I can guarantee you that this video likely probably wouldn't even take place in this sort of tone of voice. In fact, I probably would have already been kicked off YouTube because I probably would have said or done something that would have somehow violated terms of service, or at the very least would have affected the golden boy of YouTube. Oh my lord, yeah, let's all, you know, let's all look out for Logan Paul, right? No. See, no, here's the thing, man, is that I am a loving brother, and I look out for my sister, and I would take a bullet for her, because the fact is, she is my sister, and she's my goddamn family, and you know what? Here's the thing, is that she is actually somebody that, you know, looks up to me, and I'm one of the only people that she's ever happy around. Let's just wrap your head around that for a moment. But the thing is that thank God, thank the lucky fucking stars, man, is that she didn't happen to come across a video like that, and I'm still beyond baffled that that shit ended up getting on the trending page, and things like that are what violates terms of service, and yet you're going to promote violations of terms of service by putting a video that does everything wrong on the fucking trending page. Like, how stupid can you be? See, look at that. I'm getting jacked up about this shit, and this is me supposed to be calm, right? But here's the thing. I just got back from the gym, and I've been having a lot of this shit weighing down on my mind, so it's probably the fact that I still have a lot of built-up pre-workout and aggression still left in me from the gym, but none of that matters, because here's the thing, is that I feel that videos like these in this sort of tone are justified because of the fact that, number one, this has been on my mind for a very, very long time, and number two, I'm sharing the same sort of reactions as hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other people are sharing at this given time. Now, with that being said, of course, Logan Paul had to do it twice to get it right, that being an apology. The first one was, you know, a written apology, so to speak, and it was nothing but a bunch of garbage BS and humble brags, you know. But of course, you know, the second apology, you know, was a little bit more heartfelt because it looked like he was actually bawling his eyes out, and you know what? Had he have put that video and that apology forward first, then it would have been more believable if he was actually and truly sorry. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Ring-a-ding-ding. Let's fast forward now to the present time, because now we have ourselves basically a repeat of what took place at the very beginning of this year, except it wasn't with a person, it was with dead animals. We start out with, of course, his goldfish dying, and he decides to make a big laugh ride about that and monetize that shit, and, you know, perform mock CPR on that. It's like, how, like, okay, it's like, some people, of course, are going to view animals as, you know, lower than humans because animals, you know, get eaten and all that stuff, and I mean, here's the thing, is that I'm no vegetarian, I'm no vegan, yes, I am a meat eater, so it may come off as a little bit hypocritical here, but here's the thing, is that it's the principle, it's the context, it's basically the theme here. It's like, we're talking about the deceased, right? And then, of course, his recent train wreck of a fucking video was where he was tasing dead rats. It's like, are you actually kidding me? And you're gonna make a big laugh ride about that too? Oh, and get this, ladies and gentlemen, is that in the tags of those videos, it's like, you have the references to his controversy of the suicide force. So clearly he is benefiting still off of his major fuck up at the beginning of this year. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that what YouTube did in response to this most recent controversy, after, of course, PETA reached out because they, unsurprisingly enough, were really, really upset with what Logan Paul was doing. PETA, you know, it has to do with animal protection and all that stuff, right? And here's the thing, is that because of all of that, YouTube has actually demonetized, temporarily I might add, but demonetized his videos. Now, here's the thing, is that it's both a good and a bad thing. I'm going to talk about why it's a good thing and then talk about why it could potentially be a bad thing. Now, why it's a good thing is because of the fact that this sort of sets the tone, okay? It sort of sets a example of the fact that, hey, maybe YouTube is finally waking up and smelling the goddamn coffee, because it's like, listen, man, it's like, regardless of whether you are a golden boy or not, you know, you are not above the rules. And the thing is that we had this kind of shit happen to us last year with the whole PewDiePie fiasco, but we're not going to talk about that because this ain't about PewDiePie, this is about the Pauls. Now, getting back to Logan Paul here, is that the thing is that YouTube has taken action and temporarily demonetized his videos, so he's no longer making money on YouTube. But here's the thing, though, is that he's still making money off of his merch sales. So here's the thing, is that maybe it's not too much of an effect on Logan Paul, but it does set the precedence to say that, hey, maybe YouTube isn't playing favorites anymore. And I gotta say, if that is the case, fucking bravo, YouTube. Thank God. Like, holy hell. Took you long enough, but you want to know something? Thank you for finally doing a good thing for the community. But here's the thing, though, is that this could potentially be a bad thing because it could set the wrong precedent. It could basically just say, it's like, okay, it's like, Logan Paul's channel has been demonetized, and then they're probably going to get the wrong idea and start demonetizing channels of other people with edgy content, or, you know, content that involves parody and satire that, you know, some people could find offensive, but the context of it is not offensive because it's a parody, it's satire, you know, it's comedy based. Like, take for example, iDubbbz, you know, iDubbbz wasn't exactly too happy with that. I mean, in response to YouTube on Twitter, he tweeted out, "You fucking suck." I mean, it's all highlighted on Keemstar's new drama alert video, which I'll link you guys to in the description box down below. And I know that Keemstar isn't liked by a lot of people in the community, but here's the thing, is that in my opinion, he's more or less kind of redeemed himself, you know, so I'm just like, okay, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna let this second chance ride itself out, right? So, with that being said now, let's go ahead and let's move on to Jake Paul, being the younger brother of Logan Paul. So now we get on, of course, to Jake Paul. Now, here's the thing, is that while Jake Paul has done less worse things than Logan Paul has so far this year, it doesn't exactly mean that he is above being criticized, nor he should be above being ostracized whenever he's done stupid things, and one of these cases here is his hypocrisy. Now, if we go ahead and we rewind back from about a month ago, where he was on his little Snapchat or Instagram thing, and he made a video, basically to talk about how there should be, like, charity boxing and all that stuff, where a whole bunch of YouTubers here are, you know, boxing and having it out and all that good stuff, but then, of course, then we get to the whole KSI situation, right? For those of you guys that don't know, I mean, here's the thing, is that, like I said, if you aren't aware of what took place recently with KSI and Joe Weller, it's like you've probably been living under a rock, but the thing is that to keep it short and simple, KSI and Joe Weller had a celebrity boxing match, so to speak. So anyways, after the boxing match, KSI called out Jake Paul and Logan Paul for a boxing match. And here's the thing, is that I got to love how Jake Paul basically tries to weasel his way out of the fight and put on a whole bunch of these conditions and saying that he wants to have an MMA match. But here's the thing, though, is that, like, from a few weeks prior to that, he was talking about how there should be, like, a boxing match or, like, a boxing event, so to speak, for all these YouTubers and celebrities to just basically get it all out, right? But here's the thing, is that, you know, he was doing his little, you know, boxing slash MMA training, whatever, and he was like, that one's for KSI. So it's like, okay, it's like, so now here you are, you know, turning around saying that you don't want to have a boxing match, but yet here you are talking shit to KSI. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I should let you know that from a while back when there was the whole Jake Paul, Alyssa Violet, and FaZe Banks controversy, right? You know, Jake Paul was talking about body shaming and all that stuff, but see, here's the thing, is that he ends up doing the same thing to KSI's brother, Comedy Shorts Gaming, and saying that he has man boobs. Now, here's the thing, is that while it may not be quote-unquote a big deal, a big insult to say that someone's got man boobs, I mean, hell, I got man boobs, but here's the thing, is that it's still definitely hypocritical for Jake Paul to body shame someone where in the past he was complaining about exactly that. Now, of course, with all that being said, you know, Jake Paul is obviously the lesser of two evils in this situation with Jake Paul and Logan Paul, but it's still annoying as hell that, you know, they seemingly can get away with doing all this shit, but it's like now it's finally starting to catch up, you know? Now it's like people, even YouTube is starting to realize what is wrong here, but here's the thing, though, is that this right here could set off a whole new adpocalypse sort of controversy where everybody that, you know, makes edgy content, that makes, you know, comedy-based sort of content, you know, parody, satire, all that stuff, they could be hammered down the fucking drain, you know? And the thing is that, you know, this channel has been hit with, like, hundreds of our videos being demonetized and all that stuff, and, you know, our videos end up sinking because if our videos are not having ads on them, then they're not getting the promotion, and the thing is that, like, even a lot of you guys are saying that you don't get notifications unless you actually directly search up my channel and search up the videos, you know? And that right there is what's really starting to piss me off as well, is because I've been on here going on 3 years, and the thing is that because of all of the stuff going on, because of the demonetizations, because of the algorithms, and now because of, you know, the Paul brothers making a whole bunch of these mistakes that is affecting other YouTubers, it's now kind of gotten to the point where it's like, listen, man, it is time to stop, okay? Enough is enough. Like, it's honestly really annoying that a lot of other YouTubers have to suffer because you got a couple of the big guys fucking it up for everybody. And here's the thing, is that it isn't just me that has been affected by this. You know, there are a lot of other YouTubers that are constantly being hit with demonetizations, you know, with lack of promotion, things like that. And the thing is that, you know, a lot of people really enjoy YouTube, but you know what? You know, they're not going to be able to enjoy YouTube much longer if their videos that they work really hard on for their audience to see sink, number one, and number two, if a lot of their audience don't even get the fucking notifications that that video is up, it's like, what? Seriously, like, this right here has gotten out of control, and it needs to stop. Like, I'm someone that is very, very passionate about doing YouTube videos and, you know, doing online entertainment, things like that, because, number one, I feel like that's what I've been put on this earth to do, and number two is that the most rewarding experience when it comes to making videos is entertaining and inspiring people, you know, and seeing positive feedback, seeing, you know, all the support that the videos get, you know, it really does bring a smile on my face, because I'm just like, you know what, you know, for all of the things that I do in my day-to-day life, I'm really happy and really proud to know that this is something that I do right, and I'm not saying this as a way to say that I'm infallible, you know, here's the thing, is that my YouTube channel is not perfect, my videos are not perfect, you know, I know that I can improve, and believe me when I say I'm slowly but surely implementing those improvements, but there are some restrictions, such as, for example, the reason I can't stream, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the fact that, number one, I got bad internet, and number two, I shoot all my videos on a pretty old laptop. So, the thing is that my laptop strength isn't good enough, and number two, my internet fucking sucks. So, I'm not going to be able to host really good quality streams until we get all that squared away. But all I'm saying is that, you know, I am really passionate about what I do, and I feel like that YouTube is something I am good at, and for that to be affected, for that to be, you know, almost taken away, it really does piss me off, because the thing is that I know I'm not the only one in this position, you know, there are other people out there just like me, just like you watching, that are fans of the site, that are fans of multiple content creators, and have actually aspired to be content creators, that are being affected by this bullshit because of much larger YouTubers doing really stupid shit, like Logan Paul, and, well, Jake Paul is always trying to one-up his brother, but it's like, no. In this situation here, it's like, the YouTube community is really starting to get pissed off with the Paul brothers, and I'm not saying that they should be removed, but I'm saying that there should be serious consequences invoked on their end. Now, I'm no YouTube employee, so I don't know off the top of my head what kind of consequences to implement, but I'm thinking maybe as a start, no longer feature their videos on the trending page. Maybe you should actually do some digging into the sand and pull out a gem in the rough, so to speak, when it comes to the YouTube community. Like, maybe put random YouTubers' videos on the trending page to give them a boost, so that way all of the people on YouTube can see their work and decide whether or not that they should subscribe to them, you know? I think that right there would be a good idea. That right there would be one of the ways to make things more fair and balanced for big YouTubers and small YouTubers alike. Anyways, that right there is just kind of like a little on-the-spot suggestion right there. All this is fucking being done on the spot, so I apologize if this video is a little bit longer than intended, but this right here, I needed to get this off my chest, because it really, all this stuff is really starting to piss me off, and the thing is that it's also pissed me off the fact that it's taken time away from content I actually want to make for you guys, but this video is a serious video that does have to be made, and I encourage you guys to share this video around, share the message to say that we have to stand together and that it is time to stop this bullshit that is affecting us smaller YouTubers. You know the old saying, shit runs downhill? Well, hey, la-di-da, here is a fucking prime example of exactly that. So, the way I see it is that we have to band together and we have to support each other more than ever now, because of the stuff that is affecting smaller YouTubers, and also not to mention that this could also affect larger YouTubers like iDubbbz, for example. You know, he makes a lot of edgy content, but because of that, you know, because of the fact that he makes edgy content, and because of the fact that YouTube has went out of their way to demonetize Logan Paul, that could potentially be a bad thing for content creators that are based off of making satire/parody content, you know, for comedy-based purposes only, that have really edgy jokes, that have really edgy sort of parodies and things like that. If their videos get demonetized and don't get featured and all that stuff, that's really going to hurt them. And the thing is that, you know, while this is mainly a Pokemon/gaming channel, the thing is that we do a fair bit of comedy/parody based content as well, such as when I'm in my Mega Crasher character, the character that I play fictionally on this channel, that, you know, does random rage rants and, you know, things like that, you know, like those sort of videos, they get hit with demonetization logos. I'm just like, yo, what gives? It's like, this is a fucking parody. It's like, it's not really meant to hurt anyone. I even have a scrolling disclaimer to say exactly that. But you know what? It's like, we can't rush things overnight. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know, but the way I see it is that we need to keep taking steps in the right direction to make YouTube truly great again. So anyways, guys, that's all I have to say, but don't be surprised if there's more videos like this coming, because I'm tired of holding things back. I'm tired of keeping things bottled up, and that's kind of one of the messages here on the channel, is never ever keep things bottled up, and yet here I am kind of doing that myself. But the thing is, you know, also I kind of have my reasons as well, because you guys aren't subscribed for things like this, things like drama and whatnot. But the way I see it, though, is at the same time, you should never ever hold yourself back. If there's something you gotta say, then fucking say it, you know? That's the way it is. And with all that being said, once again, I apologize for the length of this video, and I apologize for this not being the usual kind of content that I make here on the channel. And I wouldn't even call this content. It's just a fucking video and something that needs to be said, I might add. But with that being said, I want to say thank you guys very much for watching to the very end. And thank you guys for all the love and support. Truly, truly, I really appreciate and love all of you guys. I love and respect the shit out of all of you guys that have stood by me since day one. I know I'm not perfect, okay? I've made more than my fair share of mistakes, right? But you guys continue to stick by me because you guys, you know, are fucking awesome. And I want to say thank you guys so very much for all of that. Seriously, thank you guys so very much for all the love and support. I truly love each and every single one of you guys. I really do. It isn't just, you know, a tagline that I say at the end of my usual intros when I'm in my Mega Crasher character. And when I do, you know, my usual content, it's something that I really mean. I really love you guys. Like, you guys are awesome. Like, seriously. So I want to say thank you guys again for all the love and support. Thank you guys for putting up with videos like this. I know it's not the kind of videos that you guys like to, you know, watch and all that stuff. But you guys also understand me as a man, as a person, that I'm a man of principle, and that it isn't always about what you want to do in life. Sometimes it is about what you have to do. And if it means calling crap out like this is what has to be done, then so be it. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to get back to making my usual content for you guys. So thank you guys again for watching. Please be sure to share this video and drop a like on it to support as well. Support the message. Don't support the fact this is, you know, one of my videos. No, support the message, okay? There's a difference. So thank you guys all very much for watching. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Take care.